The transfer portal giveth, and the transfer portal taketh away. And for the Mountaineers, it's been taketh away. Caden Prather, another Mountaineer, has entered the portal. We're going to talk about some solutions on the other side of the intro on this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football.
This is for Cameron.
What's up, guys? Welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you've landed yourself again at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. I'd like to welcome you guys in today on this somber day. I'd like to first really talk about the Mike Leach situation just a little bit. I think all of our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. I'm such a big Mike Leach fan, and he's really been on my mind all night ever since this happened yesterday. Kuz will tell you I've really been tore up about this. I don't know why. You know, he's never coached any of our teams or anything like that, but it's just, I think as a human being, you can see what he means to a lot of other people. I've watched a few documentaries on the guy. He's just somebody I genuinely enjoy. And so really sad to see that situation playing out like it is. And it sounds like from news that's just come in that possibly the hospital's transferring into a hospice type situation. So don't take that word as bond, but that's the news that is coming out of the hospital there now. And so when you look at it through that lens, the quality of problems that we Mountaineer fans are dealing with today are a lot better than the quality of problems that Mississippi State fans and his family and people like that are dealing with the Mike Leach situation. Before we get started, guys, if you don't care, please subscribe to the channel here at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before January, February in that era so that we can get this thing monetized. And that way I can transition into do this on a more full-time basis. And also, guys, if you disagree with me or you want to make a comment on the video today, I ask that you just drop a comment below. Really appreciate the interaction, guys. Let's get on. Prather enters the transfer portal. Obviously, it's a big blow to the Mountaineer receiver room. He would have obviously probably been the leader in that receiving room. And certainly there are a lot of us that feel like maybe he hadn't reached his full potential yet. But I'm here to tell you I'm worried about some other things just a little bit more. Chris Anderson and some others have reported rumors that Neal Brown has had trouble getting people on campus from the transfer portal as of now. Doesn't mean in the future he might not have more luck. But this past weekend, one guy showed up, which really blows me away because when I look at the offers that have gone out, well over 40 scholarship offers have gone out to skill players alone. I know Wren Baker hasn't been on campus that long, but I assume the NIL situation would take off just a bit more than it had in the previous year. But it doesn't seem like that's full go yet. Maybe there's players just aren't making decisions yet. Maybe I'm overblowing the situation, but it certainly sounds like, and we've seen it, players are transferring to other schools besides West Virginia. Missouri just landed a big player out of the portal that was a wide receiver, Theo Weiss out of Oklahoma. You tell me that Missouri's a better destination than West Virginia is right now? I find that hard to believe, and I feel like that's something that needs to be talked about at this point. So with that said, what can we do in-house that could possibly help our situation a little bit? And I got to thinking, and here is a solution. It's something we at least need to talk about. I'm not saying this is 100%. We're just spitballing here. Why don't we move Garrett Green to the slot? We've seen him in space. He's one of the best players, if not the best player on the team in space. We've seen that he can catch the ball out of the backfield. With a little bit of work, he could maybe become one of the better slot receivers in our league. He has that kind of ability athletically. Now, obviously, with the departure of JT Daniels and Goose Crowder, and even Matt Cavallero for that matter, our quarterback room is very thin. I get that. That would leave Nico and the true freshman as the only two guys on the roster that would have the possibility to play if something were to happen next year. But if the Mountaineers can possibly fix the quarterback depth problem, the receiver problem, obviously the biggest problem we have, the portal is the number one way we need to solve these issues. But if that can't come to fruition and I had my way, I would put Garrett Green in the slot. I would put C.J. Donaldson back at tight end. I would let those two go to work next year, along with whatever else we have, the other remnants of our receiving room, and go from there. That's one of the best case scenarios I can think of. Drop a comment below, guys, and let me know What do you think about Garrett Green in the slot and C.J. Donaldson at tight end? Obviously, he's a great running back. Obviously, Garrett Green has the potential to be a great quarterback. But out of necessity, what is your opinion on this? It's something I thought would be interesting to talk about. Certainly would be something fun to talk about. One more time, guys, please don't forget, it says over 78% of you guys that are watching this are not subscribed to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. I would certainly like that number to go down. I would like more people to subscribe to the channel if you can that way. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get the videos as soon as they go up. It would be very much appreciated. So Caden Prather is the 11th player to go into the portal in what has been, in my opinion, a pretty decent first week and a half of the portal for the Mountaineers. Not a whole lot of huge losses in there. Certainly there are 2 or 3 along with the guys that went to the draft, which brings me to my next solution for the wide receiver room. As of right now, you have 2 players with eligibility left that have decided to test the NFL draft waters. Why not offer them more money than they can get as a receiver in the NFL to just come back? Sam James, let's say we offer him a pretty lucrative NIL deal to come back and play receiver for another year. He's obviously has some connection with Garrett Green. He obviously had come on a little bit strong at the end of last year. And while we've had him for 4 or 5 years in our program, certainly wouldn't mind having him for another year if what we have left is all we're going to get. Bryce Ford Wheaton, same deal. If we have, not that I don't want these players on the team. I was excited to have some fresh new blood around Morgantown. But if we're not going to have any at all, certainly I would like those players to stay. And certainly you would think the Country Roads Trust has the ability to offer these guys at least an incentive to stay one more year. For God's sakes, we gave JT Daniels a house, his own chef, and about $500,000. Surely to God we can offer these guys something. I know that some of these teams aren't just outbidding the Mountaineers. It can't be that. What is it? Why don't people want to come play for the Mountaineers? And maybe I'm overblowing this situation, and 2 weeks from now, we've got 2 or 3 of the better players in the portal at the wide receiver spot and some other spots, and this is all null and void. But as of right now, it's time for Overreaction Monday on Mountaineer Paul. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm a little nervous about this situation, and you as a fan should be too. We need solutions, guys, and like I said, drop a comment below. I want to know what you guys have to say about this. I want to know what your solutions are for the wide receiver spot. Do you think Garrett Green should play in the slot? Do you think C.J. Donaldson should move back to the tight end spot or the H-back spot or anything? We just need to create production through the air. We have a stable full running backs. Almost any 2 or 3 of our running backs could have a 1,000-yard year next year, especially if none of our offensive linemen are poached away from us. I would hate to think what a Zach Frazier or somebody like that is being offered on the side right now. Thank God he's a native West Virginian. So back to the receiver spot one more time. Do you believe in Cortez Brave? Do you believe in Jeremiah Aaron? Do you believe in Gerald Williams, the Saraland, Alabama product? Maybe we already have some receivers on board. They're going to be okay next year. But right now, I'm panicking just a little bit like you guys are. Certainly, Neil Brown has to come up with a solution ASAP. That's really all for now, guys. I just wanted to talk about the wide receiver spot and panic just a little bit, get some stuff off my chest. Certainly thinking about Mike Leach and his family. It is a somber day in the college football community as of right now, and we are praying for a miracle in that situation. So what did you guys think about my ideas for the Mountaineer receiving and tight end spots, guys? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know down below, guys, and don't forget to hit a like, give me a thumbs up on the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you don't care, guys, and I really appreciate you guys for getting me over 600 subscribers or moving on up. Let's keep on pushing this thing and getting us up to 1,000, guys. Let's make this thing big. Really appreciate you guys for watching this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over, and I am out.
This is for Cameron. Cam.